Hello, welcome back to my channel. Since the last video, I've got the Bixler together. I've had a few test flights with it. I've got all the GPS and everything like that working. Return to home works. The position hold works. So yeah, it's actually really easy to set up. Quite impressed with how the Bixler flew on inav. More surprised how far I was actually flying the Bixler itself. Didn't realise I was quite flying that far. Here we have the Bixler in question. Quite annoying. I don't really have much space near my computer, so it's, as you can see, it's resting on my knee a little bit, just so I can show you this. I've got the R9 Slim OTA to the two antennas there. I've got the TBS T8 GPS unit mounted on the wing just there. Now, if you're wanting something that connects quickly to GPS, I wouldn't recommend that one. It's taking about 5 minutes every time to connect to GPS. By this point, my video transmitter was getting hot on the first attempt, but I've had to put an inline switch in. There's probably a better way of doing it, so you can have it working on and off your controller. But just in the bottom of here is the 405 wing from Maytech, just glued down to the bottom because it doesn't exactly have anywhere to mount anything on this plane. Yeah, I've got the battery just sitting up at the front. Centre of gravity is absolutely spot on, so I can't complain. So yeah, I'm just going to show you the inav now, show you through the setup. So yeah, if you're struggling yourself, you'll be able to figure it out, hopefully. Right, the Bixler's now connected to inav. I don't know if you can see it very well. I haven't quite got any software to screen record. So this is the first page that you see. What I managed to do was, on the mixer, select it for a plane, one motor on there, just over here. It's there, you know, it's fairly simple to do. If it's got flaps, you can use this little slide just in this top left corner, and it'll give you the option for flaps, and you'll be able to set them up onto switches. Now on the outputs, you've got to turn this tab on here, which is enable motor and servo output. Otherwise nothing actually does start working. I've got all the midpoints set just here. Had to tweak one of my servos just a little bit. I can't remember what that was for now. I think it's for the what's it called? The ailerons. Yeah, we'll go for the ailerons. So I've just tweaked the endpoint slightly here. It's for the rudder. Yeah, that channel's for the rudder. I just need to tweak it more than anything on the actual plane, just adjust the horns. You don't need anything on the preset tab. I've not actually set anything up, but it's got to be quite handy when the common models that people use inav for. You can just sit here. You can use the Zord 250 dart. I don't have one. I've got the drift. So yeah, you know, you get the idea. You can use a few presets just here. Quite handy. Don't know how they work, but it would be quite handy. So on my ports, I've got UART1 set up for the receiver. UART2. UART1's not set up for the receiver. Not sure what that's set up for, but it's set up for something. Honestly can't remember what that was for. UART2 set up for the receiver. UART3 is then set up for the smart audio, which I've not actually got to work yet, but it's alright. I've got it set to 400 watts anyway, so plenty for what I need. So I found out, because I managed to fly a kilometre today with it. GPS is on UART4. Yeah, the M8, well, the TBS M8 or the T8, whichever one it is, uses the 115-200 protocol. And that's everything else. I'm gonna add my first test flight with it. It was with low light, and I lost it nearly. couldn't see the model in the sky, so it got too dark. The camera stopped working well because it was all set to colour settings. It wasn't set up for low light, which I didn't realise, and couldn't see where the ground was. Crashed out at 200 meters away from me, then I had to go and find it. With the GPS, it's a U-Block's GPS receiver is the M8 TBS one, but to get quicker refresh rate, so it's twice as quick, you can try U-Block 7. It'll either work or it won't do any harm to it. So I managed to set it to the U-Block 7, so it's a lot faster. Be perfectly honest, I didn't notice it in the first time anyway. Got me failsafe set here for return to home, so if it loses transmitter signal, it will return to home. You can use your throttle there when landing. Mine's set to 1000, so it will turn off. No, it's not on this page, but you can also set the height of the failsafe. Mine's set to 50 meters, so I'm gonna turn it, lower it down a bit, because where I'm flying, I'm on top of a hill, so I don't need to be that high. The PIDs, I need to adjust these a little bit, but yeah, the stock ones are alright, apart from very slow at turning, very slow at lifting, when you're using any of the stabilised modes. It's got my receiver set up, just everything works like it should. Got the modes here, right, so I've got arm on it. I had a close call once with a drone, but it wasn't close. It hit my finger, ripped it, cut it badly. So I've now got an arm switch on everything. Got angle mode, horizon mode, very simple thing. If you push on the horizon, push your stick far right, it will act like it's in no mode, so it's just like it would be normally. Also have that set up as well on the same channel. We've got channel 5 there for both of them. It's a three-stage switch. So I've got angle, then horizon, then no flight stabilization whatsoever. The nav position hold, that's actually really quite a good feature. So you just flick that switch, it will turn on, and it will just circle where you switched it. I had to do it today because I heard some people near me, just making sure they weren't coming towards me or anything daft like that. So I just flicked it into that, let it circle, and away it went. Just did its own thing. Easy to take control again. I've got the nav return to home on the same switch as the position hold. A bit skeptical about it working. I was quite impressed. I flew out at 800 meters, 1000 meters today, and my video feed was starting to break up, and for some reason, going away from me it was fine, but coming back towards me at 700 meters, I started getting a bit of loss of video. Luckily I was in one of the position modes, so it kept itself flying until the video picked back up, but I nearly flicked the return to home. I have tested it prior to flying anyway, so I know it's working. I have also used it as well, and it works. Only thing I don't really like about it is when you're flying and you return home, it comes to your position where you are, it will circle you at a radius of 50 meters, which is fine. But whatever altitude you had it set to come back at, so say, because I've got it set to 50 meters high as well, it will start circling you at 50 meters high and then start coming down once it's circling you. Now, the first time I tried it, I realised, because where I stood, I was at the corner of a field next to a tree, didn't really want it circling me, coming down, so I can imagine it would just hit the tree and I probably had a broken model. Also set up a switch for the waypoints. Now, I've not used this feature just yet, but yeah, planning on doing, now that I know it'll fly 1000 meters, do need to find out if it loses radio signal, will it still continue doing a waypoint mission? Would be a good little feature if you could. And I've also got a failsafe set on my controller. It's to mimic me turning off the remote. well, the transmitter. Now it works well. It's got half a second delay, which is what I set it up for. It's a momentum switch I've got it set to, so just flick it up and hold it. It will put itself into failsafe. Seen its turn coming home, and that was good enough for me, so I stopped it and carried on flying. Yeah, other than that, that's everything for this model. You know, it's a good little model. I'll probably be now fitting inav into me drift up there. It's currently got the Zord co-pilot in it, which is fine. Just the same stuff as the inav, but it doesn't have OSD, so I don't know how far I'm flying. Don't know how good my transmission signal is. So yeah, that'll be my next one to put onto inav. So yeah, that's everything set up now. Happy with how it is. If you do like this video, please consider subscribing. Until next time, hopefully it'll be flight footage. See you then.